Hi everyone, it's Jimmy here from Video Gamers Legends, here with Marty.
Hey.
So we just watched the trailer for Assassin's Creed Valhalla, so we thought we'd do a reaction video. And this is actually a pretty good topic to talk about for us because Marty here is actually very familiar with the Assassin's Creed series. I personally, I could never get into Assassin's Creed. I think I might have played the third one, but it's funny because this comes from us from Ubisoft. This game is coming to us from Ubisoft, and it comes out the holiday of 2020, right?
Yeah.
And, Ubisoft is known for their open world games, and we like games like Ghost Recon. Marty likes Ghost Recon. I've played Ghost Recon Breakpoint as well. And obviously we played Watch Dogs before too.
Yeah.
The second one, you've come to my...
Watch Dogs.
Ubisoft is known for making these open world games with these side missions and doing all these things and great combat, upgrading your character, different special moves and stuff. But when we watch this trailer, it's completely cinematic. So it's completely CGI, and that's what we get from the trailer. But I wanted to talk to Marty first because he's more familiar with the series of Assassin's Creed. So what would you, if you wanted to tell the audience what the Assassin's Creed genre or what actually goes into those kind of games that you played before, what is the gist of those types of games? Because I'm not big into the Assassin's Creed series.
Right. Well, I mean, obviously you're like an assassin, and I remember in like the first one, I think it's called the Anubis or something like that. It's a computer, so it takes place in like present time, and you can get put into this computer and you can travel back to any point in history as an assassin and just take over, what you got to do.
There's like a machine that does that, right?
Yeah, I think it's called the Anubis.
Yeah.
And
now, does this happen in all the games that you've played?
I believe so, yeah. I've only played the first few.
You've played three, and the first three, and what other titles have you played?
1, 2, and 3. One was, the first one takes place in like the Da Vinci Italian times, 1600s era. I can't really remember. Probably a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, this new trailer looks pretty sweet. I mean, I guess you get to be a Viking and take over some English lands, and if it's anything like the old games, it's going to be really good.
Now, this is complete, like we said, it's completely CGI, so we don't see any gameplay.
Right.
But we watched it through twice, and there was certain parts in it where you kind of get an idea of maybe what's going on. And that's why I wanted to talk to you, because like I said, you're familiar with the series. But obviously it seems like you're a Viking, right?
Yep.
And you're fighting England?
The English.
Now, when they get into the battle, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of gore, and they have the fighting scene where it's the Vikings come off from the shoreline, and they're fighting these Englishmen. Now, you said there was a type of weapon that he uses when he kills that guy at the end in the trailer.
Boss guy, yeah.
Yeah, and that's a specific knife that are used in most of the Assassin's Creed games, am I correct?
Yep, that's the
blade on his arm?
Assassin tool that's basically a cup link that goes over your forearm, and you flip like that, and it pops out real fast, and you can stab people. It's more, stealthy. You pop it out and pop it right back in.
Yeah.
Yep.
And like you said, you play these games at different times, like periods. You've played like a lot of the games. So obviously it seems like with him being the assassin killing that guy, that this game that you're going to probably most likely be a Viking in this game, do you think? Is that what you get from it?
I would think so, because like the Viking in the trailer, he had the assassin's knife, and
Yep. And then there was another part where a bird flies over his head, and he says, Odin is with us. Now, obviously, Odin comes from mythology, but you had talked to me earlier when we had watched these two videos. There was a previous title of Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Yep. So what I'm saying is there is mythology that has been brought up in these games before, right?
Yep, I'd like to think so. In that trailer, he does say he sees the crow fly and he says Odin, which makes me believe that it could be some sort of Greek god or some sorcery going on or something maybe.
Yeah, because you were talking to me about Odyssey, and in Odyssey,
Odyssey is definitely like Greek mythology, and
you can actually swim underwater.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, that's cool. Now, the only problem is we don't see any gameplay, obviously, but some of the best cinematics that I've ever seen. And obviously these are coming out for the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X, because so you would think that the graphics and the gameplay is going to probably be phenomenal. But from that trailer, what do you think the combat's going to be like? You think it's going to be like any of the other games?
Yeah, I
or
think
more savage, maybe you think?
I think it's going to go pretty primal. It's going to be a lot of axes and swords, and I mean, never in any of the Assassin's Creeds have you really had any sort of firearms and stuff. It's all been real primitive to weaponry and stuff like that.
Like knives and swords.
Knives and axes. Well, in the Vikings, they got axes and big swords, and they'll slash some people up. It's going to be cool. So,
but like I said, I could never get into the Assassin's Creed games. I don't know what it is. Like I said, I like Ubisoft games, but from just watching this trailer alone, I honestly feel like I'm going to definitely want to play this one. So being a Viking and being able to slash people up just seems kind of like really fun. You know what I mean?
It's going to be sweet. I can't wait.
Oh, and we also wanted to add that we are drinking some of our local brew. It's actually we like craft beers.
Yep.
And we live what, about 60 miles south of Buffalo?
Yep.
New York.
Buffalo.
And yeah, there's a lot of good breweries out here, microbrews, and Southern Tier Brewing Company is one of the best brewing companies we have around here. And what type of beer are we drinking today there?
Right now we're drinking a New Juice, which is just a nice, juicy pale. It's pretty good stuff.
All right.
Yep. Cheers, mate.
Yeah. Well, hey, thanks, guys. Thanks for checking out this trailer reaction video. So that's what we think about Assassin's Creed Valhalla. We're definitely going to pick it up probably at launch, right there, Marty?
Yeah, stoked. Smash that like button and subscribe.
All right.
Cheers.
Peace, guys. Cheers.
Legend!